The devolution dance is on in Kwale County as governors, members of the county assemblies and other stakeholders converge to audit the performance of county governments 1 year later. But the Office of the Controller of Budget has analyzed the use of devolved funds in the first quarter of the 2013-2014 financial year and established that the lion's share of the funds has gone to recurrent expenditure, with only 40% of the resources being set aside for development. Out of the 66.5 billion shillings allocated to the 47 county governments in the first 6 months of devolution, 36.3 billion shillings went to recurrent expenditure, with 19.6 billion shillings being used to settle salaries and allowances for county government officers. The Controller of Budget says that many county governments have overspent in foreign and domestic travel and in paying allowances for members of the county assemblies. This, she warns, amounts to violating the Public Finance Management Law and offending county governments risk disciplinary measures.
Persistent use of resources in an imprudent manner may lead to stoppage of resources being released to them. You are aware the Cabinet Secretary in charge of National Treasury can actually stop a transfer of funds to a state organ that engages in persistent misuse of resources.
Some counties have, however, allocated a significant amount of the resources they received to development expenditure, with Bomet County leading the pack. The county allocated 40% of its resources to development, with Machakos and Nyeri counties setting aside 36% and 26% respectively for development. But Isiolo, Mombasa, Siaya and Mandera counties did not implement any development projects in the first quarter of the 2013-2014 financial year, the Council of Governors blaming the formula of revenue allocation for the disparities in development.
I received 3.8 billion. And my wage bill alone is 4.2 billion. So therefore, when you ask me how much I have spent on development, the question would be, how sincere are you to ask me such a question, and yet you know the kind of monies that you've allocated to us?
Kiambu County had the highest expenditure on the foreign and domestic travels vote at 131 million shillings, followed by Machakos County at 114 million shillings. Elgeyo Marakwet County exceeded its budget for foreign and domestic travel by more than 113%, while Trans Nzoia County spent 96.7% more on foreign travel, an assessment the Council of Governors finds fault with.
You cannot do business by sitting in the office. You must move around. One, see what other people do to promote yourself as a county. Can I promote Kakamega when I'm seated in Kakamega? I need to come out here and talk to people.
Reality may be slightly different. So the accuracy of budgeting is critical. But that is not to say that they are cast in stones. Especially in this first year. This has been a zero-based budget. What was the basis of determining how much you'll need for travel? You don't really know.
The report indicates that the 47 county governments spent more than 1 billion shillings on allowances for members of the county assemblies and other officers, with Nairobi County leading the pack at 258 million shillings. Migori and Kisii counties jointly spent over 106 million shillings on allowances, while Kakamega and Kilifi counties led the list of counties that overshot their budgets, funding MCA's allowances.
As an office, we are concerned with prudent use of resources, that these resources should all be used prudently. We should not have a percentage being wasted, for instance. There should be no leakages of revenue. There should be no overstating of the cost of goods and services.
Despite the concerns of the Controller of Budget, the county bosses want more resources allocated to them.
But the more we devolve, the better. So this question of how much, the question should be how well are we utilizing the money or the resources that is getting devolved. But the issue of how much, to me, the more resources we devolve, the better for the common man in this country.
Governors have insisted that county governments must be allocated at least 240 billion shillings in the 2014-2015 financial year. But will Parliament play ball, bearing in mind that it holds the yam and the knife amidst the supremacy contest between Parliament and the Council of Governors?